over there, if you're college material, you go to college. But if you're not, you go to a trade school and learn a trade. And that's what's going wrong in this country. We don't need any more lawyers. We got plenty of those. We might need a few doctors. We don't need any more engineers because I think we got 6 or 7 downstairs now. We don't have to hire another one. But I think I go along with putting this stuff back in the class, in the schools. I don't think it should ever been taken out. But now we got rid of all the automotive and everything else, and now we're gonna have to buy some more. You know, it's just like, and everybody sitting here knows, I repeat it all the time. It's just like tearing down a school building with a $700,000 new roof because we didn't need it. But I said we got 2 school buildings. We put a school building, build a brand new school, join them both together. We'd have classrooms for the next 30 years. And they said, Mr. Rando, you don't know what you're talking about. I sure in hell know what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Mr. Rando. Would anyone else like to? Yes.
Good evening, Jeff Newton, Superintendent. This project is really twofold. Number one, there's still metal and wood projects that do occur in this space. The goal is to improve the indoor air quality within this room. So that's number one. The second piece of this is we have evolved where we have a lot of digital equipment, computers, keyboards, a digital 3D printer. We want to preserve that equipment so we don't have to have a shortened life with its use and have to purchase new items because of dust getting into those electronic components. So this new dust removal system will help with that. So that's the 2 reasons for the project.
Thank you, Mr. Newton. Would anyone else like to be heard? Seeing no hands, we'll move the question to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $34,405 from the CNRE Fund 32 to account to be established entitled East Lyme High School Dust Collection System. Please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed by saying nay.
No.
The ayes have it. You surprised me, Mr. Rando. I thought you were speaking in favor of it. Okay.
I'm not, I might have spoken in favor, but I'm against it.
All right.
Spending money, I'm against.
Okay. Item number 7, to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $81,726.35 from the remaining balance of the 2016-17 vehicle acquisition program to purchase 2 police vehicles with related equipment. Is there a resolution?
So moved.
Okay. It's Mr. Schultz, and I didn't hear who the second was. I still don't know who that is.
Dan Price.
I'm sorry,
Dan Price.
Price. Mr. First Selectman.
Sergeant Masic's here tonight to give details. I can tell you that this is not in next year's budget because we tried to save money in next year's budget and we had some left over in this year's budget from the savings of buying vehicles. In other words, we were at one of these meetings, we said it's $150,000 for a dump truck, and then we went out and we really sharpened the pencils, and we got it for $125,000. And I'm using just a round example. So that extra $25,000 is sitting out there. So that happened several times over the course of the year, and we were able to take $81,000 of unspent appropriated vehicle money, and we're applying it to the 2 police vehicles. We typically buy 2 police vehicles every year and remove 2 from the fleet. The 2 vehicles we are removing, I know one has 215,000? 217,000. What year is it, Mike?
That one is a 2007.
It's a 2007. It's been on the road for 8 years?
10.
10? Oh, yeah, that's good. Where's that kid? Where's Evan? So 10, it's actually the 11th model year. I'm sorry, wow. And there's another vehicle, the next one we're also
It was a 2005 with 137,000 miles, which broke down yesterday and had to be...
Yeah, we're spending more money in repairs on these vehicles. We do this every year anyway. These vehicles get used quite a bit. It's a 24/7, 365 operation. When these vehicles are sitting idle at a road job, they're still on and the engine's going and it's burning oil and burning gas and deteriorating before your eyes. We are replacing two, and we're using this year's money. The next item that you're going to call, Mr. Moderator, will be the other portion of that money. These vehicles are $55,000 each. That's the total package. That's the vehicle, that's the computer, that's the siren, the light package, the cage, and everything that goes into a cop car. So I won't get up here the next time, but if there's anything that you need to add, Mike, you can back me up here, or we can wait for questions. Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you, Mr. First Selectman. Can you give your name and
Sergeant Masick, East Lyme Police. So just to reiterate on that, we have an aging fleet. We did go a year without purchasing any vehicles, and when we get into the rotation schedule and we miss a year where these vehicles are not being replaced, you're adding the age, you're adding more hours to it. Just as an example of this current year, just idling time on road jobs as of April 9th, because we're still working on a billing, was 3,744 hours of just idle time itself. So that in it, there is, generating wear and tear, aside from what the first selectman just stated, that, it's 24/7, 365. These are mobile offices. The officers work out of these vehicles. Again, we're at this point right now, we have 9 vehicles that are at 90,000 miles or above. The optimal mileage would be around 80,000 to go ahead and replace these cars. The two that we just mentioned that are coming out of the fleet rotation, again, one's at 217,000 miles at 10 years old, another one at 137,000 miles at 12 years old, and again, that was the radiator blew up in it yesterday. It has epoxy on the motor, leaks frequently. Rains inside of it. There's no air conditioner. The speedometer doesn't work. The officer has to use a GPS to get a speed. So just wanted to break out some points.
Thank you, Sergeant. Would anyone else like to be heard? Yes, Mr. Schultz. Kelly, excuse me.
Excuse me. Steve Kelly, 8 Jovel Street, East Lyme. All of this, and I probably ought to know the answer because I used to be on the Board of Finance, and I was thinking of this earlier today, especially out on Boston Post Road. You see the cars sitting there all day, every day for almost a year now, while they're rebuilding that bridge, idling. What do we charge, and where does that money go? Do we just charge the officer's salary, or do we charge the company wear and tear on the car also, so that we can put that in the bank and use that for vehicle acquisition some other time?
Does anyone know the answer to Mr. Kelly's question?
Anna Johnson, Director of Finance. So we currently charge $5 per hour for the job on the vehicles, and the funds currently go to the general fund.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Would anyone else like to be heard? Want to be heard, Sergeant?
Again, Sergeant Masick. So we currently do charge at $5 an hour. With the new chief here, we're looking at revaluation of how we conduct business, how we can better utilize the funds that are going in. Again, that's extremely low for right now. So again, we are looking at that to come in to help offset and purchase this. So while these companies are paying for us to be out there, that money is going to, we're going to look at reallocating that and having that help offset the vehicle purchases throughout the year.
Thanks,
So
Sergeant.
it is being addressed.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Rando.
Ronald Rando, East Lyme. Did I hear that right? $5 an hour we charge
That's what they said, Mr. Rando.
for 2 cars, 2 police? Huh?
Per car.
I said 2 cars, $5 per car, 2 police officers, $5 per police officer?
No, per car, Mr. Rando.
Oh, okay. What do we get for the police officer?
They're going rate.
$90 an hour, something like
Whatever
that?
it is, their going rate, depending on their class, their rank.
Do these cars have to sit there idling? Can't they be shut off?
As of right now, with the amount of equipment that we have in there, if we were to shut those cars down, they would be dead within 30 minutes, if that.
But you know, that's the worst thing for a vehicle to idle for a long time.
The only difference, sir, with these Fords, with the police interceptor models, the motors are built because of the idling time, so they are different than a civilian version. Hence, when this came about the chief's vehicle and trying to find a civilian version, it's to alleviate any more stress and tear on the motors themselves.
But I think we should look at charging a little bit more than $5 per vehicle. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rando. Would anyone else like to be heard? Yes, sir. Mr. Price.
Dan Price, 205 Upper Patagonia Road. As the new chairman of the police commission in town, one of the first things we talked about looking at was that $5 per hour vehicle charge. That will be addressed in a big way very shortly. Right now, we just hired the chief. We're getting our legs underneath us in order to switch over. Like Mr. Rando, I'm a taxpayer, and I'm against profligate spending, and just because we have the money kind of spending. But we need these two cars, and we have the money right now, and if we don't have it, we're going to lose it, and then we're going to have to appropriate more money next year when we will have to replace them. So as much as I like to save money and not spend money, this is a good idea.
Thank you, Mr. Price. Anyone else like to be heard? Seeing no hands, we will move the question to approve a special appropriation in the amount of up to $81,726.35 for the remaining balance of the 2016-17 vehicle acquisition program to purchase 2 police vehicles with related equipment. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed by saying nay. The ayes have it. The resolution carries. The next item on the agenda is related to that one we just had. It's number 8, to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $28,313.88 to account 32-25-200-700-472 PS Police Patrol Vehicle Equipment as follows. Reallocation of $21,813.88 in account 32-25-200-700-472 PS Police Patrol Vehicle Equipment, transfer and reallocate of $3,172.13 from account 32-30-400-700-711 paint vehicles, $1,490 from account number 32-30-400-700-712 PWD stainless sander, and $275.75 from account 32-30-400-700-713 PWD P/U truck equipment, and appropriate and transfer $1,560.12 from account 32-60-120-100-002 proceeds from the sale of vehicles. Do I hear a resolution?
So moved.
Mr. Siri, is there a second?
Second.
Is that Mr. Swarno? All those, yes, would you like to mention, talk to it?
Well, I said I wouldn't get up, it doesn't feel right. First of all, thank you all for being here. Some of you haven't had dinner yet. And some of you are missing your favorite show, but you are participating in town government, and you know, this is older than our country, town meetings. So thank you. Thank you for being here. It's important stuff. This is the other chunk that gets us to 110 to pay for the cars. We had $80,000 in the vehicle thing. We're sweeping out other accounts rather than have the money sit there to be used for something that we need rather than something we want. This is, instead of asking you for more money as taxpayers, we're taking money we have and sweeping them out. This gets us to our 110. This gets us to the final payment for the police cars.
Thank you, Mr. First Selectman. Would anyone else like to be heard? Seeing no hands, we'll move the question to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $28,313.88 in account 32-25-200-700-472 PS Police Patrol Vehicle Equipment as follows. Reallocation of $21,813.88 in account 32-25-200-700-472 PS Police Patrol Vehicle Equipment. Transfer and reallocation of $3,172.13 from account 32-30-400-700-711 Paint Vehicles. $1,490 from account 32-30-400-700-712 PWD Stainless Sanders, and $275.75 from account 32-30-400-700-713 PWD PU Truck Equipment, and appropriate and transfer $1,560.12 from account 32-60-120-100-002 proceeds from sale of vehicles. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by saying nay. The ayes have it, the resolution carries. The next item on the agenda is to approve a special appropriation on the following projects for CNRE Fund 32, which are consistent with 2017-2018 capital improvement plan. CNRE municipal projects, town police roof, $10,000. HVAC replacement for townwide, $10,000. Replacement cooling tower for East Lyme Community Center, $20,000. Sidewalk repair townwide, $25,000. Town projects various, $43,389. Townwide servers, $5,000. Reevaluation, $50,000 for a total of $163,389. Do I hear a resolution?
So moved.
Mr. Seary. Is there a second? I didn't hear. Rita. Okay, is there any discussion?
These items are all in the budget. These are savings accounts. They're mini savings accounts where we take like $10,000 a year and put it into the roof bucket savings account. So if a roof goes or it leaks, and they all do around here, we're able to not go to you and have one of these meetings and say we need $50,000 to replace the roof. We have it. So we save money ongoing, and then we have it when we need it. These amounts are significantly lower than it's recommended. We usually want to save $50,000 a year on roofs, $50,000 on HVAC. But this is a tight budget year. These are tough times. We know that. So we're rolling the dice a little bit and saying, you know what? We get some money in the account already. We'll cross our finger that a roof doesn't leak or an HVAC system doesn't go, and we'll put put 10,000 in instead of 50, and try to get by. Fortunately, we've been doing that a lot lately, is hoping to get by, and eventually it will catch up to us. But this is a tough budget year. We know it's coming from the state, and this is part of the system. It's part of what we do.
Thank you, Mr. First Selectman. Would anyone else like to be heard? Mr. Rando.
Ron Rando. I don't like this kind of a deal, because when I look at this, it looks like a slush fund to me. I think the taxpayers are overtaxed. This money's put into a special account somewhere to use later on down the road. That's not right to tax the taxpayers more than they should be paying. It's like this. We just passed a 0.66 on the budget referendum, and then we put it up to 0.8. Why did we put it up to 0.8? Where's that extra money going to go? From what I understand, it's going to go towards next year's budget. Well, I don't think that is right, or I don't think it's legal. And town projects, various projects. What kind of projects are those, Mr. Moderator?
Would anyone like to answer Mr. Rando's question? I don't see anyone that wants to answer the question, Mr. Rando.
What's that, sir?
Hold on just a minute. I'll see if I can.
You know-
What was the question?
What is the
What a
various,
town-
projects various?
I forgot my glasses, so I'm having a hard time, but town projects
projects
various, it
various.
says.
We should have Joe Brugal come up here and give us a good example. Things go wrong. Things are, in the course of a year, with a $70 million business, if you will, $70 million budget, with town buildings all over the place and roads and facilities, things go wrong. This is kind of like this, the Band-Aid that we use. Some of the things that have come up, can you recall a few of the things that we've used town projects on?
Well, I know one now, we're working on the boilers at the community center, after the budget.
Boilers of the community center are starting to fail and fail quickly.
Failed after the budget process. We were trying to put aside money in one of these buckets. We don't have enough money in that. We go to the town projects, it makes up the difference. You don't have to go back to the taxpayers. But something like that, you'd like to budget for it, but again, budget's tight. A lot of those numbers that you said were much higher. We wanted much higher monies in those accounts, but they got cut back because we know it's a tough time. So it could be a number of projects, but it's things that you're not aware of.
Thank you, Mr. First Selectman. Go ahead, Mr. Randall. Got anything else to say?
I think that's all I got this time. Thank you.
Okay. Would anyone else like to be heard? Seeing no hands, we will move the question. To approve a special appropriation of the following projects in CNRE Fund 32, which are consistent with the 2017-2018 Capital Improvement Plan. CNRE Municipal Project, Town Projects, Roofs, $10,000. HVAC Replacement Townwide, $10,000. Replacing Cooling Tower for Eastline Community Center, $20,000. Sidewalk Repairs Townwide, $25,000. Town Projects Various, $43,389. Townwide servers, $5,000. Reevaluation, $50,000 for a total of $163,389. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by saying nay.
No.
The ayes have it, the resolution carries. The next item on the agenda is to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $50,000 in CNRE Fund 32 to revenues and expenditures accounts titled Connecticut Institute for Resilience and Climate Adaptation, CIRCA grant. Is there a resolution?
So moved.
Mr. Seer. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Daigle. Mr. First Selectman.
When we receive grant monies in town, we do it this way. We receive it, and then we have to appropriate it to actually spend it. But of course, we don't get the money without knowing that we have your authorization to spend it. This money is federal money. It's Trump money. It's money that's coming from the feds, coming down to Yukon, and other places, other states. And we're studying coastal adaptation, resiliency, flood issues. We know that, I'm not going to go down the global warming path, no way. But we do have a shoreline with various different types of shore controls. And, we have a river that also rises, and we have shoreline that can be beat up as well. We're going to be studying the different floodplains and the resiliency, what could happen, and what we could do to shore up our shore.
Thank you, Mr. First Selectman. Would anyone else like to be heard? Mr. Randall.
I just got one thing to say about that grant money. I'll shut my mouth. I promise, yeah. If more people took interest in this town, things would be different, man. Okay, thank you. Grant money isn't coming from Mr. Trump. Grant money is paid by the taxpayers. We don't have a grant tree that we can go in the backyard and pull down $50,000. I beg to differ with Mr. Nickerson. It's taxpayers' money that's coming in a grant form. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Randall. Mr. First Selectman?
Of course. But I'll just say to respond to, if more people paid attention, this town would be different. Thank God that people do pay attention, and thank God this town is what it is. We live in a great community, and you people came out and supported not just this, not just the budget, but our events, our town, and we live in the best town in the worst state in the country. I said it right in the microphone. But this is the best town. It's because we do watch our pocketbooks, and we do watch our spending. We watch out for one another too.
Thank you, Mr. Briscoe. Is there anyone else who would like to be heard? Seeing no hands, we will move the question to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $50,000 in CNRE Fund 32 to Revenue and Expenditures account titled Connecticut Institution for Resilience and Climate Adaptation CIRCA Grant. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed by saying nay. The resolution carries. That is the last item on our agenda, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I didn't hear who it was. Somebody said they moved it in a second. Okay. All those in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye. 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 We're adjourned.